The metallic tang of ozone filled the command deck as red warning. Lights pulsed in rhythmic dread. Captain Lia Varyn's voice cut through the chaos like a blade. "Status," she barked, gripping the edge of her console as the Aegis Dawn shuddered beneath her feet. "Massive energy surge, Captain," shouted Cade, the ship's engineer, his face bathed in the ghostly glow of his terminal. "It's off the charts, definitely not natural." The Aegis Dawn, an interstellar frigate of the struggling Sol Alliance, had been dispatched to investigate anomalous energy readings on the edge of the neutral zone, territory shared uneasily between humanity and the Braxyl Dominion, their longtime alien adversaries. But what they found was beyond anything they could have imagined. "Unknown vessel decloaking off our starboard side," said Taya, the ship's pilot, her voice tinged with both awe and fear. "It's Braxyl, but it's massive. We're talking city-sized." Lia's gut twisted. The Braxyl hadn't breached the neutral zone in over a decade, not since the tentative armistice brokered by the Galactic Council. This was more than a violation. It was a statement. "Open comes," Lia ordered, her voice tight. "We need answers before this escalates." Before the communication channel could stabilize, the alien ship unleashed a gravitational pulse that slammed into the Aegis Dawn, sending crew and equipment flying. Lia's ribs throbbed as she hit the deck, the air knocked out of her lungs. Cade was the first to recover. "Shields down to 20%. We can't take another hit like that," Captain Taya said, her voice trembling. "We've got incoming. Hundreds of smaller vessels, fighters, drones, something else entirely. Battle stations," Lia shouted. But deep down, she knew they weren't prepared for this. The ship's AI chimed in, its usually calm tone now laced with urgency. "Captain, enemy forces are deploying a boarding party. Estimated breach in 30 seconds. Lia clenched her jaw. "Cade, divert all power to structural integrity." Taya, prep for evasive maneuvers. She turned to the comms officer. "Get a distress signal to command. They need to know what's happening here." The crew scrambled into action, but the looming sense of doom was palpable. The Braxyl boarding pods struck like hammers against the hull, their cutting beams already slicing through the ship's defenses. In the chaos, a sudden flash lit the view screen. A third party had entered the fray, another massive vessel, but this one was unfamiliar. It shimmered with an iridescent glow, its design utterly alien to both human and Braxyl standards. "Who the hell is that?" Cade asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Before anyone could answer, the unknown ship fired a beam of light that engulfed the Aegis Dawn. For a moment, everything went silent, no alarms, no chatter, not even the hum of the engines. Then the ship was gone. Lia woke to darkness, her head pounding. The air was thick, heavy with an acrid smell she couldn't place. Emergency lights flickered weakly, casting eerie shadows across the shattered command deck. "Reese?" she croaked, her throat dry and raw. "I am here, Captain," the AI responded, its voice quieter than usual. "We appear to have been relocated." "What?" Lia sat up, wincing at the pain in her side. She activated her wrist display, which sputtered to life, showing garbled data. "Where are we?" "I cannot determine our location," Reese admitted. "We are no longer within the neutral zone. In fact, we may no longer be in known space." The weight of the statement hit Lia like a physical blow. "Status on the crew. Life signs detected for 78% of personnel," Reese replied. "However, several sections of the ship have been compromised. Immediate action is required to stabilize our environment." Cade stumbled onto the bridge, a bloody gash on his forehead. "Captain, the engineering bay's a mess, but we're holding together for now." "What the hell happened?" Before Lia could answer, a low, resonant hum filled the air. The view screen flickered to life, showing the alien vessel that had pulled them into this nightmare. It hovered ominously, its strange surface rippling like liquid metal. A voice, if it could be called that, resonated in their minds, bypassing comms entirely. "You are in grave danger. We must speak." The image shifted, revealing a Braxyl warlord aboard his command throne. His sharp, reptilian features twisted in fury. "You dare to summon me here? What is this treachery?" Lia's breath caught. The Braxyl ship had been dragged along with them. The alien voice returned. "Your petty conflict is irrelevant. You have been chosen to face a greater threat of force that will consume all." Lia's instincts screamed to reject the absurdity of the situation. but the raw power behind the voice was undeniable. And then, as if to confirm its warning, the ship shuddered violently. Taya's voice crackled over the intercom. "Captain, something's out there, and it's coming fast." On the screen, an amorphous, shadow-like entity appeared, its form constantly shifting. It moved with terrifying speed, consuming everything in its path: debris, ships, even light itself. The alien voice echoed one last time. "Survive or perish together." The Aegis Dawn and the Braxyl warship found themselves working side by side, an unthinkable alliance forged under the shadow of annihilation. Lia and the Braxyl warlord, Vrexer, faced off in a tense meeting aboard the alien vessel. "This is a mistake," Vrexer hissed, his forked tongue flicking in irritation. "Humans are weak. They will only slow us down." Lia squared her shoulders, refusing to be intimidated. "Weak or not, you won't survive without us. We have the tactical experience to counter unpredictable threats." The alien overseer interrupted, its disembodied voice radiating authority. "You must combine your strengths. The entity you face is a remnant of a weapon designed to end all war. It has no purpose but destruction." As the two crews worked together to retrofit their ships with alien technology, tensions flared. A sabotage attempt nearly derailed the fragile truce. But Lia exposed the traitor, a Braxyl officer, who couldn't stomach the idea of cooperation. The real test came when the entity attacked. Its formless tendrils pierced both ships, breaching bulkheads and tearing through defensive systems. Lia and Vrexer led a desperate counter-assault, coordinating their forces with an uneasy but effective synergy. Just as they began to turn the tide, the entity revealed its true power, a psychic assault that preyed on their worst fears. Lia found herself paralyzed by visions of Earth's destruction, her home reduced to ashes. It was Taya's voice, raw with determination, that snapped her out of it. "We're still here, Captain. Fight with us." The combined crew managed to weaken the entity, but its core remained intact, regenerating faster than they could destroy it. In a desperate gamble, Lia proposed a plan: use the alien vessel's reactor to create a singularity, trapping the entity in an inescapable void. "It's suicide," Cade argued. "The blast radius will take us all out." "It's this, or we let it destroy everything," Lia replied. "We're out of options." Even Vrexer, once disdainful, nodded in grim agreement. "If we are to die, we die with honor." The crew worked together, their differences set aside in the face of extinction. As the singularity formed, the alien overseer revealed its final twist. "This was always the test. Cooperation against the impossible. You have passed." The singularity consumed the entity, but the explosion crippled both ships. Lia and Vrexer stood together on the bridge of the alien vessel, watching as the wreckage drifted into silence. "We lived," Vrexer said, his tone almost incredulous. "For now," Lia replied, "but we've opened a door we can't close." The overseer's voice echoed one last time. "The war is not over. Prepare." The story ends with Lia staring out into the void, her expression a mix of determination and dread. The audience is left with the haunting knowledge that this alliance, born of necessity, has only delayed the inevitable.